I'm sports editor Andrew Lubbers, and welcome to the Chant preview of the two NFL championship games going on this weekend. We've got the Panthers and Cardinals and Patriots and Broncos fighting for the right to go to Super Bowl 50. And I'll get us started with predictions. We'll start with Panthers-Cardinals. I'm taking the Panthers in this one. 6 All-Pros. Cam Newton just named the MVP. I think they're going to force Arizona to be one-dimensional. I don't think Arizona is going to have any sort of run game. And for that reason, along with the MVP, I'm taking the Panthers. Patriots-Broncos. Although Tom Brady is 2-6 all-time in Denver, and I still think that he has another one in him. And I think they'll be ready to avenge that loss back earlier in the year on Sunday Night Football to Brock Osweiler. And Brady's played better at Mile High than Peyton has, so this season at least. So for that reason, I'm taking the Patriots.
All right, so for the Cardinals-Panthers game, I'm taking Arizona, the underdog. Carson Palmer has had the year of his career this year. He's been amazing. And I think the defense, despite losing Tyrann Mathieu, that they have stepped up. Like last week against the Packers, despite Aaron Rodgers' miracle comeback in that last minute, the Cardinals still somehow came out to win that game. And so I think the Cardinals have a lot of momentum in them right now. And the Panthers just did not look good in that second half against the Seahawks. I'm taking Cardinals 31-20. And for the Patriots and Broncos game, Tom Brady, that's all I got to say, really. He's been great in the playoffs every year. And even though they did lose to the Broncos this season, they didn't have Julian Edelman, Danny Amendola, and they lost Gronkowski. They have all of those guys back this week. They're going to be solid on both sides of the ball. Peyton Manning is not the same anymore. Patriots will come up on top 45-21.
On the games this weekend, I am personally rooting for the Cardinals. Sorry, not the Cardinals. I am rooting for the Carolina Panthers. I think they've got the best chance this weekend. They're nearly undefeated the entire season. They only lost to the Falcons. They have one of the best rushing yards in the entire league, and they're going up against the Cardinals, who Carson Palmer is just more or less carrying them. They have a good chance. It's going to be a great game to watch, but honestly, I think Carolina's got this in the bag, and I want to see a Super Bowl, hopefully with Carolina in it. And then with the Patriots-Broncos, I think the Broncos are going to be able to pull this off. Patriots have been in the Super Bowl for they won last year. And I don't want them in there again. I think the Broncos have got the best chance because they've got the best defense in the entire league. They've got Peyton Manning, and they have a great chance. Peyton Manning's going to be able to pull it out for them, and I think it's going to be a Broncos-Carolina Super Bowl.
I think for the Cardinals and Panthers game, I definitely think the Panthers are going to win because they're 16-1. And so I think they're definitely just going to beat the Cardinals so well. It's going to be a great game. And then for the Broncos and Patriots, I definitely think the Patriots will win because they've been to the Super Bowl the past, I don't know how many years. It's been a lot. And so I definitely think they're going to be able to beat the Broncos, my bad, and get to the Super Bowl with the Panthers.
You know, there's no doubt that both of the games are going to be really great. You know, I think everybody kind of knew that it was going to the AFC was going to come down to another Peyton Manning versus Tom Brady showdown. It always ends up like that, and it's probably the last year it's going to happen. And so I think that's just a treat for all NFL fans that have been there, you know, for the long haul. But Tom Brady has thrown more touchdowns in the Broncos stadium this season than Peyton Manning has. Peyton is 1 touchdown and 8 interceptions over 6 games. Tom Brady in 1 game, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and that's really just been the story of both teams all year. You know, the Broncos have a fantastic defense, but they cannot carry just a lackadaisical offense that Peyton Manning is getting too old for. Tom Brady's been setting the league on fire. Gronk's gonna have 3 touchdowns. It's gonna be 31 to I'd say 10 in this game. Now, for the Panthers-Cardinals game, in my mind, this is probably going to be the best one out of the bunch. And all you can say is Cam Newton. he, like, this whole season has been his. You know, like, every single week you can't see a front page without him dabbing or doing his Superman cam, whatever it is. He has been the lifeblood of this Carolina miracle team who wasn't even supposed to make the playoffs this season with the preseason predictions. And, you know, Luke Kuechly, Josh Norman, they've all been just stepping up. The only fear that I have is that Jared Allen's injury will kind of hurt their upfront pressure. But I still think they're going to come out on top. And I'd say they're going to win 35-21.
I agree with you, Adam. Definitely not enough credit given to the Broncos. That defense is stellar. It's loaded with Pro Bowls top to bottom. So I think if anything, they've got to keep them in the game. But I think Demaryius Thomas had a very poor season by his standards. And I think this is the game he rises up and he takes this over. So I've got Denver winning that 27-24. And then in the NFC, I think it's a good game. I think it's a shootout with Carson Palmer facing off against a subpar defensive backfield in Carolina. But I think that front seven and that offense is too talented and too well-oiled of a machine for Carolina to lose that game. They win it 35-31.